A Ukrainian drone unit, Black Swan, released footage showing recent Russian strikes with guided bombs and ballistic missiles. In the most bizarre case, 4 ballistic missiles targeted a 3-man recon team. Russia spent $12 million trying and failing to hit them, the unit reports. The reckless use of such firepower highlights a growing paradox in Russia's campaign. While Moscow enjoys a significant advantage in the sheer quantity of weapons at its disposal, it continues to misuse them in ways that bring little strategic gain. Guided bombs and ballistic missiles, tools designed to destroy hardened fortifications or critical infrastructure, are increasingly being wasted on small Ukrainian teams or decoys. This not only drains Russia's expensive stockpiles, but also exposes a lack of tactical discipline in target selection. For Ukraine, the failed attempt to hit a 3-man reconnaissance element with 4 ballistic missiles underlines the imbalance between cost and effect. Each missile carries a price tag in the millions, yet none achieved the intended result. Such misallocation suggests Russian commanders are under pressure to show activity, even at the expense of rational battlefield logic. The outcome is a campaign where advanced weapons fail to deliver decisive outcomes, eroding their deterrent value. Meanwhile, Ukrainian drone units like Black Swan turn this dynamic to their advantage by publicizing footage of these blunders, boosting morale at home, and further undermining Russia's image abroad. The contrast is stark. Ukraine, working with limited resources, relies on precision, improvisation, and adaptability. Russia, with a much larger arsenal, is trapped in a cycle of excess and inefficiency. This gap in effective use of technology explains why, despite overwhelming numbers, Moscow still struggles to impose lasting dominance on the battlefield. Epic destruction of a Russian Buk M2 air defense system by a HIMARS strike on the Eastern Front. The main challenge in destroying Russian anti-air systems like the Buk M with HIMARS is that these launchers are highly mobile, able to quickly change positions after firing. They are also well protected by layered radar coverage and decoys, making it difficult to precisely locate them before they move. This cat-and-mouse dynamic forces Ukraine to rely on accurate intelligence and timing to catch them exposed. Ukrainian soldiers of the 225th Assault Battalion shot down a Russian FP-5 drone with automatic fire as it chased a Ukrainian pickup.
Он летить, готовься, сейчас будем стрелять. Готовься, сейчас будем стрелять. Сука!
Ukrainian partisans in the Luhansk region struck Russian logistics, destroying a key relay cabinet, reports Oleksiy Karchenko, head of the Luhansk Regional Military Administration. Karchenko explained that partisans destroyed another relay cabinet last night. It was responsible for moving military cargo along the Luhansk-Stanitsia-Luhanska railway. Eyewitnesses said the fire burned intensely, signaling shortages of ammunition and fuel for Russian forces. It also weakens their positions for ongoing operations. Ukrainian resistance continues to gain momentum. Every Russian soldier must realize and experience the fury of our people, Karchenko said. Last month, Atesh partisans identified a key Russian army logistics facility in temporarily occupied Luhansk. The facility supplies the enemy with fuel. Shortly before that, partisans in Sevastopol discovered a command post coordinating Russian airstrikes across southern Ukraine. The post was located on the grounds of the former Sevastopol aviation plant, now operating as a branch of FSUE Aviakomplekt. This summer, partisans also uncovered active Russian troop concentrations in Melitopol. Reports indicated the arrival of personnel, equipment, and weapons. Leader of United Russia in the so-called DPR, threaten criminal cases against residents complaining about water shortages. Instead of dealing with the problem, Russia threatens victims.
The access in this statement is all lies. Just show me, yes, the facts, tell me, and I will explain to you. You know, it wouldn't be offensive if questions were raised where it really matters. I have a question, yes, for the authorities too, and for the city mayors. Hazardous trees. Well, here we need to work. Here we need to work. If you demanded this, I will stand with you and say, this is needed. Who are we messing? Where to do it? So we need to push and do it. And Chichipazaru is to blame for the water swaying, the Bozaru is to blame, Bodan. And when there are such demands, why, and why? I will tell you why. Because there is a traffic jam on our roads. And who should come to liberate our country? Natives, aliens, or should the military come from other regions, right, guys? So the people who live here, they should liberate us, Donbass. And here we can't even drive on the roads. So there's no need for these manipulations either. Difficult times. Once again, I will mention the appeal to Bastrikin. Yes, it was from you. As the leader of the United Russia faction in the People's Council of the Donetsk People's Republic, I am also making an appeal to the investigative committee. I ask you to look into this statement, check everything, and provide a full assessment, because in this statement, in my opinion, it is complete falsehood. And with the help of this lie, such citizens are trying to shake up and destabilize the situation inside the country so that it benefits, I don't know, some third forces. The investigative authorities should figure out who benefits from this, and if there are violations here, I ask to apply all measures to ensure that it is not tempting, yes, to deceive people like this, to incite destabilization. We know how many there have been in Russia. By deceiving, misleading children and youth, they were led away, and then they ended up on the sidelines themselves. And because of this, people suffered. We will never allow this to happen.
Chinese state television has revoked the legal license to use material showing Russian President Vladimir Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping discussing longevity, Reuters reports. Reuters withdrew a 4-minute video containing dialogue between Putin and Xi. In the footage, they discussed the possibility of humans living up to 150 years. The video included exchanges captured on an open microphone during a military parade in Beijing, marking the 81st anniversary of the end of World War II. It was licensed by the Chinese state television network, China Central Television, CCTV. Reuters compiled these clips into a 4-minute video and distributed it to more than 1,000 global media clients, including major international news broadcasters and TV stations worldwide. Other news agencies licensed by CCTV also circulated the edited footage. However, by Friday, Reuters removed the video from its website and issued a kill order to its clients following a written request from CCTV's lawyer. The letter stated that the news agency had exceeded the terms of its usage agreement. It also criticized the editorial treatment applied to this material by Reuters, though it did not provide further details. In a statement, Reuters said it withdrew the video because it no longer has a legal license to publish copyrighted material. Notably, the video and the conversation between Xi and Putin were widely circulated by broadcasters and on social media worldwide. At the Beijing military parade, Putin and Xi discussed human longevity. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, 41, was also present. The conversation, recorded on an open microphone and broadcast by Chinese state media, touched on modern medical technologies and prospects for life extension. Earlier, people rarely lived to 70. But these days, at 70 years, you are still a child, Xi said. Putin responded that people could continue receiving organ transplants. He added that modern medical developments, including organ replacement surgery, could have social, political, and economic consequences that allow humanity to hope for a significant increase in life expectancy. Xi Jinping also spoke about the possibility of an extremely long life. Predictions are, this century, there's a chance of also living to 150, he said. Interestingly, after the conversation leaked online, China banned searches for information about living up to 150 years.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.